a pokey guy, content creator, stuff like that. And apologize with all the madness. I'm getting ready to move, and we have a studio in the making. I'm so excited. But I had a friend of mine who goes hunting for us when they're out and about, and she went to a vending machine, and I did a video today that I'm gonna be posting with what the new sign is. Now, I don't know about anybody else in your local area. We've lost 3 machines in the last 2 weeks. 2 machines have already been removed. One machine's been black screened and is scheduled to be removed. And it is a pandemic. If you listen to everybody, the machines are shutting down. But here's the kicker. This is what people aren't really talking about, is that they are being shut down or removed because we as a collective, well, let me not poke the bear. I don't need the scalpers nation to come after me. The reality is there are select individuals who have made it their life mission, quit their jobs, and decided, you know what? I'm going to sit here and camp at this machine all day long. And then you got the people who say, "Oh, it's the people that work at the stores. It's, Joe Blow who, lives in his mother's basement." It doesn't matter. What's the problem is the behavior that has been generated around these machines. A lot of these store owners and the managers are like, "Screw it." Like Pokey Streets, they are purely about street fights that happen at vending machines. And as a dad on a budget who's struggling to find his way as a single dad, playing the role of mom and dad and trying to be everything I can be for my kids because they deserve the world. And I can't afford to sit in front of a machine all day. I can't afford to pay above MSRP. I refuse to pay above MSRP because it's ridiculous. Now, when we're vending, yes, we charge market or close to it because you know what, supply and demand. But when I am no longer in the vending atmosphere, I have to look out for my bottom line, which is I only have a very limited budget. And now that I am moving forward and we upgrade it from a room to a casita to I have both my kids full time, we are now moving into our first, it's not forever home, it's a long-term home until I buy another house for us. And I still want to be a part of the community. I'm learning how to play the TCG. I'm learning a lot, man. I'm putting myself out there. I've made some great friendships and connections with people in the hobby. Sorry, Hope. This is Hope, everybody. She's my ESA dog. And I got Shadow, which is my daughter's dog, living with us now. And, you know, when I started this journey, it really was me and my son trying to spend time together ripping packs. And it was a little over 2 years ago. And the funny thing is, it was a lot easier to find packs. Even back then, you didn't have to camp out. You could catch a target drop. You waited like an hour or two, and you knew that when the vendors would come. And then the machines started appearing, and everybody, was having a great time because the machines were hitting. And if you caught the machine during the drop, it was. You got to get everything, it was what it was. And then they started regulating, and then they were doing, okay, we need to uh, set time limits and we need to do things to make sure that we can, everybody has a shot. And I'm down with that too. Like, look, if you hit them, like I always tell everybody, if you find a pack, the answer is always yes. Now, that may not be the case right now because of my financial situation, because I'm stepping out on faith. But the reality is, I am doing the best I can. Sorry, Hope is like in a tension mood. And breaking news. Let's see if I'm getting a message. Uh, it's funny the madness of people's psyche when they want to feel. What's funny is this live. You guys, It's funny. I have always thought, you put yourself out there, you do the right thing for the right reason, and mm, I was a part of this 7 day challenge. That's how this live at 5ish started, and I want to keep going. You know, my daughter got me this dad joke book. There's 400 jokes, 400 jokes. So for the next 300 and I think I've already done like 2 or 3 jokes, but for the next couple of days, uh, for the next 399 days, I'm going to read a joke a day when I go live at 5ish, talk about breaking news in the hobby, and just put my best foot forward. I'm trying to build long term relationships. You guys see that? Those are all my binders right there. Well, our binders. Um, and those are all master sets and side quests, meaning like I have a Charizard binder, I got a Pikachu binder, I got a Gigadex binder, I have 2 trade binders, I got special hats that my friends have given me, I got my card party binders, I got some squishies, and I even have my Darth Vader Star Wars guy over there. Um, I'm just a guy. I'm a dad who's trying to find his way, trying to be a good father. I'm trying not to let anybody down, and it's not easy. It's really not. You know, I got into this hobby because I wanted to spend time with my son, and then the hustler in me took over, and it became about the money, and he lost the passion for the hobby, and it became about money for him. And I knew I had veered off course when my son was asking me at shows, "Did we make enough money, Dad? Did we make enough money?" And I stopped being about the moments and collecting with him. And I was lucky enough to able catch it. That's why you guys don't see mini mini a lot. It's we open packs and I'll tell him, hey, you want to do it on camera or off camera? Off camera, Dad. Okay. And then I'll show you guys later in the live or later in videos like, hey, this is what mini mini ripped. And we got card party coming up, and I had a big old snafu with that, and I was on the phone all day with the bank to get some stuff cleared up, and it was just a situation where 6 months ago, 2 years ago, I would have just completely had a crash out, burnout moment, and I was like, okay, let me call, let me see what I can do, and we're gonna move forward. And the one thing I learned in this hobby so far in the community is that you just keep showing up. Things are going to happen. People are going to let you down. You're going to get burned on some trades. You're going to come out ahead on some trades. You're going to hit a good drop and stock up for a minute. And one thing I've learned with this passion of content creating, documenting my life, putting myself out there, is that I need to be patient. And that's why I love master sets. If you're 9 minutes into this video, you're probably, what are you talking about? Everything over there on the right hand side of that pile. So over there, those are all master sets. And then these right here, those are side quests. Like there's a uh, Snorlax binder, there's a Gengar binder, there's a Charizard binder, there's a Pikachu binder, there's a gallery binder. I'm doing a breakers set. I'm doing a shiny baby shiny set. Just things that I like that excite me. And with life being what it is, having a set goal, something that I can track, something that I can say, okay, I'm one step closer. It helps ease my mind, and that's one of the reasons I love collecting Pokemon. Is that yeah, it's crazy right now in the hobby. People are going nuts and fights, and you hear you hear some crazy stories. You can uh, Opossum. talks about a lot of stuff in the community. And you know, the irony is when I first started dabbling into the community, I didn't really like Opossum because I thought he was a little too rough. Like Pokemon's supposed to be happy. And as I bless you, and as I've become more involved in the hobby, and I realized that he's not so rough. He's just telling the raw truth. I didn't realize what was going on. Bless you. What was going on in the community because I had been blessed uh, with such love and embrace when me and Mini Mini started, and even in the chaos in the last 2 years, and you know, the tribe that has come into my life, even though I know how rough it is in the hobby right now, I just know that God, my higher power, whom I choose to call God, is putting people in my life that are helping me become a better person, a better father, a better collector, a better businessman, and pushing myself. You know, that's how the 7 Day Live Challenge started. You know, I'm a big fan of Pat Flynn, and you know, I belong to the SPI community, and I follow Deep Pocket Monster, Short Pocket Monster, Slim Rips, Trainers Marketplace, Rips and Hits, Alex Ketchum, Powder, uh, my buddy Trevisard, like all these people that I've met through this hobby, and they inspire me to be better. So I did the 30 day challenge. I did the next 30 day challenge. I did the 2 week challenge, and then there was a 7 day live challenge. So I'm going to continue for the next 398 days. I'm going to come on here, read a dad joke, let you guys know where I'm at in the hobby. If there's anything that I feel that's a hot topic that needs to be talked about. Uh, Hopefully, you know, as we build our community here on the Unbox 'em All channel, you know, when we hit milestones, we can have some celebrations. And if you guys have something that you guys want to talk about that you want me to look into, you know, that's what I'm about. I want to be the man of the people, the dad who's in the community, who's out there building collections, building community, building friendships, and showing the common dad, the average Joe, that you don't need to have $1 million budget to be a Pokemon collector. Now, will I ever own you know, a base set box? Who knows? You know, a lot of the people that I follow and that I would dare to call some of them friends, and even fewer of them brothers. Uh, Hold on, sorry, I have 10 million things going on. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm in the process of moving. I'm in the process of healing my foot, and I just found out today that my bones aren't healing correctly, so I have to go see a specialist, potentially get surgery. Um, and you know, that's life. Like that is life. It's like Pokemon. You get your deck ready. You think you're gonna smash, and you get into a battle, and everything implodes, and then it's how you recover. Like I hate to be that guy, but oh, excuse me, that guy. But you can learn. Hold on. You know, guys, I got a lot going on. Let me do my dad joke. Did you hear about the cheese salesman? He really knows how to will and deal. I know that was about a 15-minute rant of what's life going on in dad jokes. Live at 5, Unbox 'em All.